Hi, I'm Sam Greenfield, and I have a question. Isn't it about time that those of us on the left stop going high? I didn't say getting high, going high. You remember Mrs. Obama's famous quote, they go low, we go high. It doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work anymore. And the reason it doesn't work anymore is because we are not dealing with people who vehemently disagree with our position. We are dealing with people who are soulless, who are not doing anything for the good of the country. They are doing it for their own glorification, and they are doing it for their own money coffers. When you have Ivanka Trump as a senior advisor to the President of the United States, her father, making $82 million last year from licensing agreements, some of which were overseas, you have to say to yourself, she's using her office to make money, which is, if not illegal, despicable. As well as her husband, who evidently doesn't mind selling himself from the front lawn of the White House for the same purpose. As does Donald Trump. He goes to North Korea and he says, oh, this beautiful ocean, it'd be nice to have condos there. If you don't think he's pitching it, if you think he said that as a joke, you're an idiot. Of course he did. So we're dealing with a coarser group of people, you see. That's why we don't have to go way low, but please stop doing this. I'm deeply offended. Bite me. Okay? I'm offended by the fact that Trump is allowing children to be ripped away from their mothers and fathers. For what? For what? Illegal immigration is down at its lowest point in 50 years. This is who you're dealing with. Do you understand? And the reason you don't hear more objection is because the people who would normally object to this kind of behavior are so happy to have a white guy as president, they'll even put up with this dim-witted, illiterate, I may not have as much money as him, but I can spell my wife's name correctly. And I can spell role as in the role of a lifetime, R-O-L-E. I can do that, huh? And by the way, the collusion thing, just as a side note, he keeps saying, no collusion, no collusion. If you read Robert Mueller's powers, he has never not only investigated collusion, it's not written in his charge to do anything about or investigate collusion unless it happens to pop up and turn up and you have to kind of go after it. None of that. No. But he keeps saying it doesn't, there is none. Well, why are you saying it? And so, once again, they go low, just respond to it, okay? He says he's the worst FBI director ever. Well, J. Edgar Hoover purposely sought out and harassed people of a certain color that wasn't white. J. Edgar Hoover, from everything we hear, was in debt to the mafia because he played the ponies, or in some cases they allowed him to win. And he looked the other way on mafia dealings. And as far as that top 10 of Dillinger and Karpus and all those other people, I want you to remember something. I'm not saying they were good guys, but these were children of the Depression who had nothing to do but rob banks, and they did it well. They eventually all died. I don't think Karpus did. I think Karpus lived a long time. He was more of an engineering guy. We're going to do this bank. He was like an agent. But Ma Barker, John Dillinger, these are just young thugs. Babyface Nelson, a murderous young thug. But J. Edgar Hoover waxed forever on that. And so when he left, there's this huge hole in the ground that we couldn't fulfill. But he was much worse than Comey. Comey, who he's talking about, is evidently, despite his very calm demeanor, kind of a showboating ass. And the fact that he released that about Hillary Clinton 10 days later, he elected Donald Trump. So if you're going to get ticked off at somebody, get ticked off at him. But these kinds of behaviors, calling people scum, interfering in your investigation of you, is scummy and lowbrow. So if you don't point it out in a very convincing way, if you don't say, we know why you like him, he's white, just get it out there. Get it out there. Please. It's okay. I'm not saying that you go to Klan meetings, but that is a racist overtone. Okay, that's the reason about Obama. People are like, oh yeah, he's got that foreign name. And even Cokie Roberts, who's now singing the blues about Trump, I remember she said, well, it's a rather exotic kind of name. My God. Really? Why don't you just sit on the veranda and go, where's Luther with my tea? They go low. You match them and shock them. That's what you do. That's what you have to do. I'm Sam Greenfield. That was my question, and I went far afield, but I don't care. All right? You have a lovely day.